Every year, about 13,000 cats are taken to animal shelters in South Australia, and sadly, 3/4 of them are put down. They can be more prolific than rabbits and can upset the neighbours with their tendency to stray. Last year, a suburban council set out to tackle its cat problems. Rebecca Bryce has been checking out on how it's going.
Meow, 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 meow.
They're just fun to have around. The kids love them. My daughter treats them like dolls and pushes them around in prams, and they're just fun. They're loyal and they're lovely.
Meet Aura and Willow, two newly law-abiding citizens of the Mitcham Council. They're among more than 1,600 cats in the district now microchipped and registered. And as the council hoped, their owner, Megan Hampel, volunteered their existence when she bought them.
They came to me desexed and microchipped from the rescue centre. So I would have done that anyhow, but Flick doesn't let the cats leave her care unless they are desexed and microchipped.
Microchipping is now requisite to register a cat in Mitcham, and registration became compulsory last year in a decision that provoked strong community debate. To encourage the uptake, it started out free of charge. This year, before the end of the month, residents will part with up to $55 per cat, a third of that if it's desexed.
The council is very pleased with the uptake. 40% is a good number. We're happy. We'd like 100%, and we'll try for that number, but it will take time.
The Mayor is satisfied with the response, even though more than half the council's estimated 5,000 house cats are still on the wrong side of the law. He says it's a matter of time.
Dog owners are very happy to register their dogs, so I think cat owners will be very happy to register their cats once it's a familiar occurrence.
It's a community response that's prompted the requirement for a bylaw. It's not, council members sitting around a table going, I think we need to control cats. It's the fact that they're responding to the needs of their community.
Not all agree. Christine Pearson runs a low-priced desexing program with a number of other metropolitan councils.
Cat laws don't control cats. They don't stop the breeding, they don't stop the spraying or the fighting over mates or the wandering, and they don't help the wildlife. And the cat laws have failed interstate and they failed overseas, and Mitcham Council is simply following them backwards.
But Mitcham Council says it's not concerned with strays or ferals. That's up to other government agencies such as the Dog and Cat Management Board. In fact, the council hasn't picked up any unregistered cats, but that's not the point, according to the Mayor. It's more focused on limiting the cat calls it receives involving neighbourhood disputes.
There's no big stick in Mitcham for people who flaunt the bylaw. What we're trying to do is work in partnership with the cat owner and the neighbours to come up with a better solution if there is a problem.
It's useless to say we'll concentrate on the own cats and just leave the others, because as you lock up the own cats, more cats simply move in and, as I said, breed.
The Dog and Cat Management Board says most cats come to be pets by chance.
People are happening upon a cat in their backyard, they commence feeding and they form a relationship with that cat, and then they go the next step and they actually take responsible ownership.
But Christine Pearson fears cat lovers will now be deterred by the council's two-cat policy and registration and microchipping requirements.
They're going to be scared to take too many in, aren't they? Because if they've already got a couple of cats, that initial, will we get it desexed, will we leave it to breed, everyone has to think of that.
Those people that already have their quota of cats, they can apply for a bylaw exemption. If they've got a cat enclosure in their backyard, they're probably more likely to get an exemption from the bylaw requirement and be able to keep that cat, because they're obviously responsible owners.
Responsible owners such as Megan Hampel. Her enclosure not only protects the wildlife in Bellevue Heights and prevents neighbourhood disputes, it also protects her cats.
My first cat I got 2 years ago, and she was sadly run over out the front of the house about 4 months ago. So I wanted to get new cats, the kids needed pets, and I just knew that I couldn't go through that again. I couldn't go through the agony of holding my cat as she died in my arms again.
Stephen Decker built the enclosure.
Mitcham Council are doing the right thing by saying, if you want a cat in our area, we have some wonderful natural assets and wildlife that we need to protect. We want to make sure that you don't make feral cats, you get your cat dissexed. We don't want you having a cat that wanders all over the place. You keep it contained on your property. Win-win situation for all concerned.
Mitcham isn't the strictest district. A couple of councils have much tougher restrictions. Kangaroo Island, for example, has a curfew on cats. Many other councils have two-cat policies, and most of those are waiting to gauge Mitcham's success before deciding whether to go down the registration path. In the end, Ben Luxton says it comes down to economics.
So Mitcham, for example, who's paying for the cat management officer, who is out there educating the community about the responsibilities of ownership for cats.
The only way to manage cats properly is to get them desexed and have them holding territories so that they don't let other cats move in.
If you're going to have a pet, it's, you've got to do the right thing. You've got to look after it and you've got to comply by the laws and make sure that they're safe.
Meow, 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 meow.
Rebecca Bryce reporting.